But anyways, we can't not talk about Amazon Astro.
Yes. The robot.
Yeah, so Amazon had an event and they released a couple different things. If you missed it, you didn't miss very much. But one thing they did release is called Astro, and we have to talk about it mostly because like if you search for Astro right now, the top headline is a Verge article called Amazon Astro is terrible and will throw itself downstairs, developers reportedly claim.
I can't believe it. It's so...
That's one of the brutal.
I think that's my favorite headline of 2021 so far.
Yeah, for sure. So we can't not talk about this.
Okay, so we've done a video on robots in the homes before. I did a video all about the Tesla bot, which is a totally different like ballpark of what it actually is trying to be. But the idea is it's an assistant robot that helps you around in your house. So Amazon is making one. It's called Astro. It's about 2 feet tall. It looks kind of like a screen on wheels, basically.
Yeah.
It's got eyes on the screen. It's got a little periscope camera that can telescope up out of the top to look around. So it basically acts like an iPad on wheels, if you will.
Yeah, the main thing here is it has wheels. And also, if you're an audio listener and you're taking that description Marquez and you're thinking like, this doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense. You're probably right. You're picturing exactly what it is.
It's very basic.
Is.
I mean, this reminds me
super basic.
It reminds me of every robot that you see at CES, which is like a little like rectangle on wheels, basically that rolls around, has maybe like a single purpose and does a couple things.
That's basically, like you said, it has 2 main wheels on the front. It looks like it has like a little rotating wheel on the back, so it can, it's pivot. Mostly driving. It can pivot, and then it has like the screen coming off the top of it that can kind of flex up and down and turn left and right a little bit. And it looks like the screen mostly just shows eyes, which to make it look like a little creature almost. Right,
to sort of anthropomorphize it a little bit. It's going to come out this year. This is the important part that everyone likes to talk about the most, is it's going to be about $1,000 for this early beta
launch price.
Launch price for it, and then it'll be about $1,400, $1,500 after that. So it's real. It's coming out. You'll be able to buy one.
Yes.
What does it do? A couple things, really?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of questions like, why would you ever want this? And I think the easiest way to go about this is I wrote down a bunch of ways Amazon claimed to use it. And then let's just go through it one by one and think of if we would ever use it that way.
Yeah, there's a demo video on Amazon's YouTube channel. I highly suggest watching it. It's like 2 minutes long. It's really funny. It's almost like a futuristic, like cringy interpretation of what the future may look like if we never got
if we were imagining the future 20 years ago, I feel like maybe it would feel futuristic, but
worth watching for sure.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's go through some of the things that Amazon claims it will do. So number one, we have monitor and kind of home security. So it would link up with your like Ring protection subscription and can, kind of patrol around your house, use its cameras. If it notices anything different, it can send you alerts. If it notices people that it doesn't recognize, it can send you alerts. But basically just instead of having a bunch of different security cams, now you have one thing rolling around all night.
Right. So the key distinction here is it's on wheels. It is technically mobile and can move around.
Yes.
But obviously it can't go up and down stairs or even, I think there is a line on their site about like if you have a floor interruption of over 3 centimeters, it will not go over it. So it needs to be in that one area of your house. But this is, I think, the actual area where I could see it being the most useful is instead of having 3 security cameras in 3 different rooms at 3 different doors, you have one and it can respond to sounds. If it hears something around the house, it can drive over to it.
I guess kind of the thing is I could buy 3 security cameras for a fraction of the cost of this thing.
True.
Which is like where I kind of see the issue with that. And the 3 centimeter floor separator, like separating floors is super common. I mean, I live in a ranch and we have one room that has 2 stairs that you have to go down into it, which goes to our main door. We have multiple floor separators. There's carpet, there's hardwood, there's tile.
Yeah,
it's
carpets.
just like, I don't know how well it would go on all those. And that's in a ranch. A lot of people live in 2-story houses where this now half of the houses.
Yeah, I guess you put it on the ground floor where someone could get in.
Yeah, that would make the most sense.
But okay, it does more than just security cameras though. So what is the next thing?
They also say for keeping tabs on elderly people or elderly or young family members.
technically true.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, if you wanted to pay attention to your kids, I don't know. I could kind of see this here where your kids are getting to that age where maybe you're not sure if you want to leave them home alone, and now you have something you can keep an eye on them. Or an elderly family member, maybe they fall down and it notices that. But again, a security camera in every room would still probably be cheaper and just as efficient here.
The other thing is, it's a camera, it's an Alexa, it's microphones. You can just get an Alexa with a screen and put it in a room.
Yep.
So the difference here being it's on wheels and can do some unique things like walk from room to room and pop up a periscope camera, follow people around. That's one of the things in the video. Hey, A word, follow me. And it follows you to the next room. That's like kind of a neat bonus, but something that most of the time you're probably not going to use.
So here's the thing. I have two things here about that involve following. One, I kid you not, it actually says this. It can follow you around to play podcasts or music.
Okay.
Could you ever see yourself saying like, hey, Astro, I'm listening to this podcast. Please follow me around the house while I do different things. Or would you put on a pair of headphones?
I would either use a speaker and turn it up in the middle of the room, or I would use my headphones.
Okay. And then the other one, it makes a little more sense, but video chat, it can follow you around. And actually, they said kind of like Facebook Portal or kind of like Center Stage, I think.
Yes.
Now, is it following you with the periscope camera, or are you talking to people?
That's what I was imagining, is because like it's a good idea. It's going to be this nice little camera that follows me around. Literally in RetroTech, we had a camera that does this, where it was a robot on wheels, and you would say, I think it was Jiba, whatever it was. It said, follow me. And I'd walk around, and it had the sickest video of the back of my knees.
Yeah.
As I walked around, it would just keep up with the back of my knees, and my heels would always be in the middle of the frame. And it wasn't the most useful video. I imagine this would point up, probably pop out the camera to eye level, hopefully.
If like you really want to feel powerful over the people you're video chatting with and
looking down,
have them feel like an ant all the time, then I could kind of see this. But again, I don't see the purpose of that. Just use your phone, use FaceTime, stand still when you're video chatting with someone. Yeah, I'm not totally sure about that. So it also has a little tray in the back of it that you can put a cup holder in it.
Yeah.
So it can deliver a water bottle or something to someone in another room.
Yeah, some small items, some keys. So you're in one room.
Yep.
Someone goes, hey, pass me a water bottle. And you go, I know what I'll do. You call over the robot, you put it in the robot, and you send it over to the next room.
Yeah.
Not down some stairs, not up some stairs.
Or floor dividers.
No floor dividers, but around the corner into the next room, it can bring them that water bottle for you. Hey, if you've got that $1,000, that's pretty good.
I can honestly say that I don't think the security cameras or my headphones or anything can do that. So kudos, I guess, credit where credit is due. But if you're talking about this in like, I was saying when we first saw this, we saw that video of it delivering the water bottle and we were all just laughing. It seems so ridiculous because you still have to have someone get the water bottle, put it in the cup holder, and then it did that terrible thing where like it drove up to the person on the couch, looked at him, and then like spun itself around there was like felt like 2 minutes between it being like within 3 feet of the person and actually delivering the water bottle because it had to look and then back up.
Yeah. Yeah, it does a whole maneuver to deliver the water to you.
It feels so unnecessary. Now I thought, what if your refrigerator had a little docking station and then it could vending machine beverages into it.
Straight into a cup.
So then at least I'm home alone. I'm on the couch, not separated by stairs or floor dividers, and I want a soda or a beer or a water. Now that at least it will get it for me.
Yeah, you can say, Astro, bring me a water, and it will leave the room and come back with the water with no other human intervention. That would be kind of neat.
It would be.
This is all just in the world of like general purpose robots where we've talked about, well, do you want a general purpose robot that does a bunch of different things, or do you want specific robots to do one thing well at a time? And we keep mentioning like, okay, I could just use headphones, or okay, I could just use security cameras. So in theory, this one Astro robot is replacing security cameras, headphones, a person to bring you water, a couple other small tasks like that.
As long as you want a super subpar performance in all of those aspects.
Right. It doesn't do any one of those things amazingly well. So That's kind of Astro. I have a Roomba, by the way. It's never thrown itself downstairs. Ever.
So I will bring up, this is from a Vice article of a couple of the developers who said a few things I can go over.
Okay.
Amazon did respond to this saying it's probably outdated information. So I just want to have that disclaimer here, but I can't not talk about a literal developer saying that if quote unquote presented the opportunity, it will throw itself downstairs. That's probably the biggest selling point I've seen so far, because I just want to watch a robot make the pure decision of tossing itself down the stairs.
Yeah.
But this Vice article had a bunch of different things from people who worked on this that said it's extremely fragile. It has thrown itself downstairs. It's just like they don't really see the point of it, it seems to be. So
yeah. The question I asked on Twitter is... Okay, real question. What is the ideal home robot? If such a thing even exists, what is it? I don't know. Do you even want a robot in your home? Totally fair question. Curious what your thoughts are. I had this tweet just having a picture of the Tesla bot next to this, and everyone goes, well, one of them is a human in a suit and doesn't exist, and the other one is real. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that's a really good point. The Tesla bot is years and years away, super ambitious. Yeah. The other is, it has a price tag. It's going to come out this year. Which would you rather have, or would you rather have something somewhere in between? And I think the right answer to like a decent home general purpose robot is probably somewhere in between, and probably doesn't come out right now. It's probably not very good yet. But I don't know that it has to get all the way to the point where it walks on two legs and has hands with fingers. It's probably somewhere in between.
Here's my thing. I think the wheels are the biggest limiting factor on this. If somehow this could be I mean, like, listen, in a perfect situation, like an apartment that has perfectly smooth floors over everywhere, then this might make a little more sense. Like it does do, I think the patrolling option's neat. I think being able to control the patrolling option's cool too, so you can go see a couple things if you're away from your house. But the fact that it has wheels just is so limiting. If this had four legs similar to a mini Spot and had everything it did, I think it would be much, much, much more reasonable. It would probably cost way more money, but it would do what it's supposed to do and be able to climb stairs or not trip over things. But one other thing here that I want to add that one of the developers also said is it is pretty poor at detecting faces and recognizing people, which one of the things it's supposed to do is if it recognizes somebody in the house that it doesn't know, it's supposed to follow it in its patrolling aspect. Except if it's not very good at figuring that out, then it just starts following people it doesn't know, which could be you in your home. And now you just have this thing like nipping at your heels all the time, following you around the house. I think like in general, to me, this just feels like it's Amazon camera in your house tracking you, looking at your face all the time, being able to have a camera anywhere in your house unless there's stairs or a floor divider. And
yeah, I think the thing that comes back to it is like we've watched over the years all these companies try and attempt various ways to get their machine learning into your home. So we have Google and we have Google Assistant, and now we have them practically giving away like home minis, and it's Google Assistant on your phone, and there's all these different ways for them to get it, this ambient computing, into your home. Amazon's got Alexa. They maybe want a camera in your home now, and people aren't going to buy the camera on the Alexa, but maybe they'll buy Astro, and they'll start getting all this information. And this is just another, like Facebook made that portal thing, which is like, okay, if you want a Facebook camera in your home, there's that option. But like, this is another way for Amazon to get microphone and cameras in your home and literally following you around. So if that's something you'd be into, you might get some convenience back out of it, which is the goal. But that's kind of the way I see it at this point in time.
Yeah, and Amazon, I believe they've had some controversy with their Ring stuff and taking data and everything like that. So I would just be super careful with this. I think my biggest thing is you've mentioned, like, obviously everyone wants to put something in our home that can hear us and sell us stuff. Generally you save on that though. Like they understand that's what it is. So a Google Home Mini or an Echo Dot or stuff like that are super cheap, and you're getting it. I'm paying, if I miss the launch on this, I'm paying $1,500 for something that can't really do much and is just tracking me with a camera. potentially anywhere in my house.
Yeah, follows you around. Yeah,
Don't
we'll see. I would still like to try and see like how well it works in person. I don't know if I'll bring it home, but I'll have it in the studio and just see what it does. But like,
how much of your house could it cover?
Well, one floor. It wouldn't go up or down any stairs.
Because you have a basement also that you're in pretty often, and has an entryway there as well,
right in the garage. But it would just have to roam around the ground floor, basically.
So we are now going to, if you have this, you're going to keep all your valuables on the first floor.
Or basically, yeah. Well.
Or have 3 of them.
That's all we know about it so far. Yeah, you can get 3 of them. You can get one on every floor.
On every floor, as long as it doesn't toss itself down the stairs.
Yeah, and then they'll all be on one floor together. That's Astro. Honestly, when I heard the name Astro, I pictured, the demo game for the PS5, Astro's World?
For sure.
I pictured that Astro robot, which is also like a little humanoid robot with like eyes on a screen and everything. And I was like, oh, that would be cool. This one's more like WALL-E a little bit.
Yeah, a little more like WALL-E. I may have accidentally said Astra somewhere here, but there's a character in Valorant named Astra, and it's way cooler than this stupid robot, though.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this clip. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. No safety score required, so it's pretty easy.
But it will cost you money. And you won't get to use it for another 5 years because you'll be at the bottom of the queue. No, for real, it's free. The subscribe button's free. The like button is also free. Shout out to those buttons. We appreciate that on YouTube. And be sure to get, I said that already. Subscribe. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.
Use Marquez's angle for that.